Greetings, it is a brew day, bleary eyed I know, I'm only up out of bed, it is the crack of 9:30 in the morning, which, it's supposed to be 8:30, this thing was set for, so it's been in here for an hour, just sitting, ready, so that's good, I mean that is a good thing, because otherwise I would have to wait for it to boil and stuff. Then I'll be able to get something to eat and a cup of coffee, and I'll be a bit more alive. Cup of coffee at least. Yeah. I was up late last night, let's say. Well, late-ish. By my standards, not too bad on a Saturday night. About 1:30 or something like that. So, it's not too bad. I wasn't drinking though after midnight, so the new rules are still in effect. That's a lie, actually. I was technically drinking after midnight because the last drink I got came in here, it was like 20 to 12, so it was obviously, it carried over. Technically that's okay, it's not, that's not, I had to finish it, I'm not going to throw it out like so. And it was like half a pint, was it maybe? I don't know. I was watching Elton John last night. I was looking for something to watch, like a movie, and I ended up with bloody Elton John. Dodger Stadium. I'd say it was quite good. You forget how many good songs he actually has, like, until, wouldn't call myself an Elton John fan or anything, but, oh here, also, never mind Elton John, I've also had to, Whiskzilla was retired, it broke, basically, so I had to get a new one. It broke there, and it just broke in two completely, so I had to go in the bin. So I've invested in a new one, but it's smaller, look, it's only 16 inches. But 16 inches is actually, it's fine for this, because 16 inches reaches the top, so even if I was doing a double batch, it would still have enough. The 20-inch one was just a little bit too big. The 20-inch one is better with the Brewzilla, which is longer, but this one kind of more narrow, so you need to get it right in the bottom, but that one's, because it's wider. This is actually more appropriate. Oh, it's a bit lighter. Shit. Nearly dropped it in. There's one downside to it. It's not because I'm too weak to use the big one now. Honest. Definitely not that. Getting on a bit these days. What am I actually brewing here? Never mind all the rubbish, okay? So what happens when I'm just out of bed? I'm talking rubbish. I'm not focused. We're doing a coconut porter today. So this is the third time I've done it, and I was thinking about it last night. This is my brewing year, okay? My brewing calendar. I'm going to use the word calendar. I know that's a dirty word for some, but it seems to be the same. It's getting very similar to the same every year, because it was about this time last year when I brewed the second version. And I always start the year Imperial Stout and New Zealand Pilsner, which I've already done, which I kegged last night, or kegged half of it anyway, which is what that is over there. It's tasting amazing already. Used a dose of Citra, Nelson on it too. What am I actually doing? Never mind all that, see what happens, Coconut porter, okay? Try and stay focused. We're doing a coconut porter. So, if I can remember, it's like 4.5 kilos of Marisauder going into it, that's our base. We've got just over 400 grams of chocolate malt, I was just using the rest of it. And we have a little bit of brown malt in there, about 135 grams, and I tossed in some porridge oats this time. Last version last year I used I used some candy sugar, dark candy sugar, just because I had it, and it was nice, but it left a bit of a weird taste on it, so decided to we're not doing that again. And we're tossing in a little bit of just porridge, just literally porridge oats, to try and beef it up a bit. And then the only other thing that's gone into it is coconut. So I've got I'm using desiccated coconut, okay? I had a big bag of it, and it was like a kilo. I actually got a kilo bag for like a tenner or something like that. This was just after I brewed the last one last year. I thought, oh, it's really nice, I'm gonna have to brew that again. Of course, it's like a year later. And the date on it was June, so I thought, you know what, let's just do it. So I'm actually using 900 grams. The last version had 600 grams of coconut in it, and it was very coconutty. This version is now up to 900 grams. The success the last time was putting it in the mash. So this time I've got 300 grams going in the mash. I've got 300 grams going in 5 minutes to go, and I've got a 300 gram dry hop. Might be overkill, okay, to be fair, but we'll see. Can you overdose death by coconut? Can you possibly have too much coconut in a beer? I don't know why I put the porridge oats in it, you know, because the coconut will make it big and creamy. But it's actually alright, that whisk, you know. It's a bit more handy. Because the old whisk, when it gets really thick, it starts getting harder and harder to use it. My hand goes lower and lower just to try and get it through. That's actually really a bit better. Nisbets I got it from. I think it was like, I can't remember what it was, £10 or something like that. I don't know, I'll put it on the screen. It came in this big box. It came like literally the day after I ordered it. It came in this ridiculous box, like the way Amazon would pack it. I'll show you a picture. I've got a picture of it. Made me laugh. State of it. I know it's a bit odd sized and all that, but just put it in a jiffy bag, like. Just put it in a jiffy bag. So yeah, that is the grain bill. In terms of hops, it's only going to be Columbus, just a bitter, and I think there's a 1 of 30 minutes, something like that. So it's not really, it's more about the coconut. Obviously, Columbus works really well with dark beers, so let's use that. Technically it's Zeus, not Columbus, but let's say Columbus, unless someone wants to take me to court. That looks okay to me. Whisk Zuki, I'm going to call that. Whiskzilla and Whisk Zuki. I have to say, it's very warm today. It's quite humid. It's St. Patrick's Day as well too, by the way, so happy that. It is quite warm though. It's like really humid. It's only supposed to be like 12 degrees out there, but it feels a lot more than that. It's very nice. Never forget that St. Patrick's Day I was doing the hops, and there was like some kind of bloody polar vortex or something. They're freezing out there trying to do that. Oh, horrible. Right. Well, also I think I had the pump on a bit too much as well too. The flow, because it had all kind of pancaked a bit on the bottom when I came out here halfway through or whatever. So I've turned it down, give it a bit of a stir, and we put it on for maybe another 20 minutes, something like that. So it's, I don't know, it's about 11 o'clock now anyway, so that's an hour and a half, isn't it? I think, isn't it? Yeah. Right. Jeez. Don't like the way that's sitting. That's, I can only imagine what the replacement for one of them cost. I never did get a replacement for this either. This is basically, I don't know where, maybe IKEA got that, a lid. It's the right size, but I actually turned it upside down and screwed the handle in this side so it sits on the top. Because I figured why would I replace that whenever I don't use it for anything other than NHLT. Let's get the heaters off there. So let's see. What we want is a natural flow across, because sometimes it doesn't get to the end. See, it's not, you have to turn it up to get the flow, or what we can do, oh god, that's hot, go like that. Okay, 5 minutes to go. Here's our coconut. 300 grams of that going in. Whew, smells good. Hopefully there'll be a bed of hops in the bottom, so it'll stop that going through the pump. I don't know. I'm now thinking maybe I should have used a hop bag, but it's too late now. It looks like 10.56 to me, so not too bad. 24 litres, 2 litres up. What's going on? Did I mess up the sparge water or something like that? But 10.56 anyway. California common yeast, 10 grams. Right, okay, it's 10 days later. We're going to do the dry hop of coconut. 10.16 we have bottomed out at, so let us do this. So we got our coconut, toasted coconut. It's been sitting in that bag for 10 days. Sure to be okay. We've got, so I'm going to put these in bags. So we've got two, they're not even hop bags. I wanted bigger bags because the hop bags they have are very small. The ones across my live send out. Those are like the vegetable bags you get in like Lidl. Right, let's just keep that there, shall we? So as I say, that's the size of the bag, quite big. I suppose if I'm sinking it to the bottom, I don't necessarily need it to be so big, but not worry about it. So, and the reason I've got two is because I'm not sure how thin that mesh is. Although I've got the filter, I've actually got the filter on the end of the dip tube going into the fermenter, so we've been very careful. The last time I made this, it was a complete disaster trying to get it out of the fermenter and into the keg because of all that tiny desiccated coconut that someone put into it. I'll not name any names, but so I made sure to put on the batch a very big note to myself to always use a hot bag when doing this, because that was fraught. Let's say that was fraught that night. Smells good, that coconut. Smells very good. It's actually, there we go. So it's just a brown bag. It's a bit like, it's like a brown bag, but it's like baking paper type thing as well. But that's kind of sandwich bags kids use, although I don't think they do use them. My wife uses foil. So you don't need to know that, okay? Too much information, I know. The marbles into this bag. If we can, maybe I should take, oh, I don't know. I don't know how to do this. Let's try and get as much of the star sun out as we can. There's one that's not going in. Why don't we just do this? So that's in there, and then this goes in on top. What a carry on this is. And that's what we're looking like. Very, very cleverly I've already loosened it up. Ta-da! and it's gonna sink. Is it gonna sink? Don't know that it's gonna sink. Is it gonna sink? Do I need to give it a poke? Does that look like it's going down? It's like the end of Titanic, isn't it? Get down there. First impression then. It looks really creamy, lacing for days. Not necessarily the biggest head on it. Been keeping the gas down low on this, or off the gas really. Trying to keep the carbonation low. But look how thick that is, oh my god, already. Madness. So yeah, looks pretty dark. I would say that's a dark brown. It's not black. No, it looks black on camera. Not quite. It's a very dark brown. I'd say that. It looks like a porter. I think that's what we're saying. It's a tan head, but it's kind of, it's not hanging about. I'm quite happy with the way it looks. Okay, top marks, I think. Yeah, let's give it a smell. It smells of coconut and chocolate. I'm getting a little hint of like caramel or something as well too, but it's well in the back. It's mainly coconut, would you believe? This is all about the coconut. Death by coconut. This beer. Whew. This is the first drink of the week, okay? I have tasted this before and it is amazing, spoiler alert. Let's hope it's still amazing after a week. Cheers. The mouthfeel on that is absolutely crazy. Okay, so we're talking the Maris Otter, the, what is it, 8% chocolate malt, 2.9% rolled oats, okay? So that's obviously going to help. We got the 2.6% brown malt and we got all that coconut in there, which obviously the coconut definitely helps it as well. Nice low carbonation, like you would expect, well, like a stout, something like that, something on draft. And then the flavour is just, you know what it tastes like? It tastes like coconut and chocolate, would you believe? That's so good. I'm struggling for things to say about this because it's so bloody good. It leaves this most amazing taste in the mouth, which is, it's just coconut. It's just that lovely coconut taste. I do like coconut. I don't know if I've told you this before, but I really like coconut. So big body, big mouthfeel, lovely chunk of coconut right at the start, chocolate, and then the coconut right on the end as well. It's just superb. And that is a superb beer. Version 3 is the best version of this beer to date, okay? Version 2, as I mentioned before, it was good, but it wasn't, I shouldn't have put the candy sugar in, that was a mistake. Version 1 was excellent as well. So, I mean, this is better than version 1. And I think it might be down to the amount of coconut I put in, because I just went mad because I had that massive big bag. That was like 900 grams of toasted coconut. Toasted desiccated coconut as well. That is everything I wanted that beer to be. It's oh God, that's so good. So I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to say other than that's amazing beer. I have been making some really excellent beer, I have to be said. Really kind of high level beer consistently this year. Made a couple of stinkers towards the end of last year. And as ever, it kind of ruins it, and then you come back strong. You make the recipes that all the ones that tend to go wrong are recipes that I haven't done before, or styles that I haven't brewed before. Anyway, so I'm gonna drink another one of these. I'm probably gonna drink another couple, to be fair, and then I'm gonna collapse somewhere because I'm not used to drinking 5.3% beers. It's not even that strong, but it's strong to me. So anyway, cheers. I shall see you next week.